In 2013, Everett Public Schools became a kindergarten through high school STEM district. Rather than limiting science, technology, engineering, and math exclusively to certain schools or certain grade levels, the school board chose to make STEM all-inclusive. Today, STEM skill building and experiences begin in elementary school with the Engineering is Elementary curriculum. So, what's next? The district is working to create career pathways at each of our comprehensive high schools: Aerospace and Advanced Manufacturing at Cascade, Medical and Health at Everett, Information and Communications Technology at Jackson, and Energy and Sustainability at Comprehensive High School Number 4 if voters approve the February 2018 capital bond. Today, business leaders in these industry sectors discussed why these pathways are so important.
So I'm actually really impressed with what I've learned. School districts certainly vary across different geographies, but I'm actually really encouraged by what I've seen from Everett School District particularly. They've certainly put both hands around this challenge of educating young men and women in the STEM fields, and probably have some of the best programs that I've ever come across, certainly across the country. And Gary and the team there have really just done a wonderful job working with industry, working the outreach piece, and I think genuinely focusing on preparing kids for future careers in the industry. The more exposure we can give to high school children of some of these emerging technologies, I think it's going to be really good for setting them up in the workforce. I think the jobs are going to change. I think we're going to have less of some of the traditional skill sets that we would have seen in the 1950s, 1960s, which would have been what I call the old-fashioned metal bashing and welding and that kind of things. But there's going to be different, more high-tech jobs, particularly with the automation of the industry. There's going to be the robotics, and with that's going to come a lot of demand for programming and design of those automation tools. And there's also going to be a large demand for the ongoing servicing of those. So if you think about what automation can do, it can really increase the throughput of a production line if you're using automated workforce, basically. But with that comes the high expectations of that output. So keeping those robots or machines working to produce that output and keeping availability of those at 100%, which is probably going to be where the expectation is. We're going to need some highly skilled technician type workers as well to service those and keep them working efficiently. So the fact that we're talking about vocational schools that are going to apply that learning in an experiential way, tying it to engineering, tying it to the type of things we see in industry, that to me is going to give those people going through that school just a huge advantage going into the workforce.